MiTek builds the best component saws in the industry. At MiTek, safely improving our customers' performance is our primary focus. This video reviews basic safety guidelines and is intended to supplement an owner's plant safety program. It is not intended to replace anything already existing. Additional guidance for the safe operation of your MiTek component saw can be found in the saw's operation and maintenance manual. All personnel should view this video and read the manual in its entirety before using or performing any maintenance or repair activities on your MiTek saw. Do not operate the saw unless you have a thorough knowledge of its controls, safety devices, emergency stops, and general operating procedures. And always, use extreme caution and common sense. First, let's talk about some basic safety procedures for all MiTek component saws. Always be aware of other people and objects in your work zone. The work zone includes the immediate vicinity of the saw blade, the moving parts and frame of the saw, as well as the nearby area where wood pieces could be projected during operation of the saw. Others may not be aware that the saw is operating. Never expose the saw to rain or snow, and do not use the saw in damp areas. When working with a MiTek component saw, proper apparel and appropriate protective equipment should always be worn. When approaching any parts that are capable of moving, always activate an e-stop. Death, amputation, or other serious personal injury can occur if you are not careful and do not use safety devices provided, such as e-stops. 3 types of e-stops can be found on MiTek component saws. There is the push button, perimeter cable, and guard stops. In each case, the e-stop is red in color and when activated will result in the stoppage of the saw. The importance of activating an e-stop before entering the saw cannot be overstated. For example, even though the saw blades may be completely stopped, component saws with the Profibus system can have parts automatically move if the e-stop has not been activated. Knowledge of safety indicators that are used on the component saws and in the operation and maintenance manual is also critical. This indicates an imminently hazardous situation, which, if not avoided, is likely to result in death or serious injury. This indicates a potentially hazardous situation, which, if not avoided, could result in death or serious injury. This symbol indicates a potentially hazardous situation, which, if not avoided, may result in minor or moderate injury. Always observe and obey safety labels. If these labels show wear and tear, replace them immediately. Once the component saw is operational, keep others a safe distance from the work zone because hazards may not be apparent to individuals unfamiliar with the saw. Guards must be in place and fully operational at all times when operating the saw. The operator should never stick their hand in the path or vicinity of a moving saw blade. Respect the moving parts and blades. Never leave the component saw running and unattended. If it's necessary to leave the saw, turn off the saw by activating an e-stop, and do not leave until all parts have come to a complete stop. In the rare case of a malfunction or lumber jam, stop the component saw immediately by activating an e-stop and report the malfunction to a supervisor. Before performing any maintenance or repair procedures, the saw must always be locked out and tagged out in accordance with OSHA. Guidelines for lockout and tagout should be included in your company's energy control program. The term lockout means moving the on-off handle on the electrical panel to its off position and then locking it in such position with a padlock. Tagout means securing to the padlock a prominent tag identifying the person working on the saw. No one should ever remove another worker's lockout tag from a machine. Preventative maintenance will also enhance the safety and dependability of your component saw. An important area of safety that can be enhanced with proper maintenance is blade collisions. Calibrating the saw properly and maintaining it in proper calibration is essential to avoid blade collisions. The saw blades are rotating at 1,725 and 3,450 revolutions per minute and should always be given proper respect. Blades 3, 5, and 2, without proper calibration, can collide with the lumber hold downs. Blades 1 and 4 can collide with the lumber conveyors. If a blade collides with any part of the saw, an e-stop should be activated immediately. In the course of normal preventative maintenance, it is necessary to use solvents on the saw. When using solvents on and around the component saw, lock out and tag out the machine and always wear protective clothing, gloves, and safety glasses. Never use any liquids in the interior of the electrical cabinet. When checking that all hydraulic, pneumatic, and electrical systems are in good working order, the component saw should be locked out and tagged out before beginning the inspection. Once this is completed, you can safely repair leaks and loose connections immediately. When working with electrical or hydraulic components, never exceed the recommended maximum pressure or electrical power. If it is necessary to perform maintenance on the pneumatic or hydraulic systems, always bleed the lines to eliminate pressure. When performing electrical maintenance, do not use the plant compressed air in the enclosures. Always vacuum the enclosure. These common sense approaches to maintenance on the MiTek component saw will go a long way in extending the life of the machine and enhancing your safety while operating the machine. The MiTek component saws should be operated in accordance with all current government standards, including local, state, and national codes for the location in which it resides, along with the operation and maintenance manual. If you follow these recommendations, you will get many years of safe, efficient operation from your MiTek component saw.
MiTek. Power to perform.